Mambo vipi and good morning, good afternoon from Kenya and bonjour Haiti. Habari za mchana and a charge welcome to our listeners across Kenya, Haiti and the world, where it is 3 p.m. East African time. This is the weekly project podcast, your Wednesday fire for stories that spark and connect powered communities, unleashing tech and culture in every corner. I'm your host, Brian Lolima, with the vibe, and today we are dropping a 60-minute double header. First, a 40 minutes talk on how network tech evolved from 1G to satellite networks, transforming Kenya's industries, and a 20 minutes talk comparing marriages and wedding ceremonies in Haiti and Kenya and Kenya's Pokot culture, plus tech's role in love. Tuko pamoja to our stellar guests. For networks, we've got Hezron Rotich, a Kenyan website developer and an IT graduate, and Milka Titika, a web developer too from Kenya. And on the wedding ceremonies, we have Nicholas Chesimbur, a Pokot cultural enthusiast, and Brigade, a Haitian teacher and a cultural champ. Hezron and Milka, vipi mtaani? Hit the mic and tell us about yourself or what you're excited about today's topics.
Hello everyone, I'm Milka, a web developer from West Pokot, specialized in building websites and using tech to tell stories, solve problems, and connect people, even from places that many consider offline. What excites me about today's topic is that we are not just talking about technology, we are talking about access, opportunity, and the power of connection. I've, I've had to fight through poor internet, unreliable networks, and limited resources just to learn and grow in tech. So, when I see projects like Project Trinity bringing high speed internet and digital learning spaces to places like mine, it's not just inspiring, it's personal. It's a glimpse into a future where no one is left behind because of where they live. Stay tuned.
Hello everyone, I'm Hezron Rotich, an IT expert from top in West Pokot, that is Kenya, working as a Project Trinity Associate with my background in IT, cybersecurity, network management, and website development. I'm thrilled to share how networks are revolutionizing Kenya from all different parts of Kenya to the world, and how we are building secure digital future. Stay
Asante,
tuned. Stay tuned to learn more.
Asante sana for the energy, Hezron and Milka. So, Nicholas and Brigade, you'll join us later. And listeners, vibe with us live on Facebook, YouTube. You can share, comment, and let's keep the conversation going. This is a global movement. So, to kick us off, Hezron, as a website developer, you have seen networks evolve. Take us from the clunky 1G days to satellite networks like Starlink. How have they shifted the Kenya's digital space?
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Brian. And okay, let's take it back to the 1G. 1G is the first generation of the mobile network, and it comes from the 1980s and to the 90s. During those days, phones weren't really the phones that we currently have. They were chunky, let's say, car phones. And in Kenya, it was for those I would say big shot guys who are living in the city like Nairobi. Out here in parts like West Pokot, it was nothing. So mobile networks in Nairobi was, I'd say, a luxury. Politicians were showing off the AMP style analog gadgets. Uh, then came the second generation, that is in the early 2000s. That's when things started moving suddenly. So regular people could make calls and send SMS. Safaricom launched in 2000, and by 2007 we had M-Pesa. And that wasn't a Kenyan win, it was a global win. While in the US they were using PayPal, Kenya, the M-Pesa came to be a big thing, because now you will see regular business people like the Mavambogas, the border riders, they would use M-Pesa to send money to send the and check market prices. It made it easier for business. Then the third generation was the next. That is in early 2010. That's when the internet hit our phones. The social media apps like the WhatsApp. In Kenya, there were apps like the Ushahidi. So it started popping. Nairobi was being mentioned alongside places like I'll say Silicon Valley, kind of. So sure, the 3G in West Pokot was a bit patchy during those days, but it still let people explore e-commerce platforms and connect online for the first time. Then the fourth generation came, and this is where things really sped up, and we are talking about the high-speed internet. Mobile apps became more, so there came apps, loan apps, education apps like the Eleza. Those, so this helped bringing education to phones in Kenya. While the rest of the world was getting, I'd say, into Netflix, Uber, Kenya focus was different during this period. Uh, 84% of Kenyans use mobile money compared to the globally 60%. That's huge. It's very huge. Even in places with limited 4G, like West Pokot, small businesses were thriving where it was available. Now here's the wild part: satellite internet in 2023. I think it was in 2023 when Starlink launched in Kenya, and by 2025 today, over 16,000 people are using it. You get speeds of high speeds and low latency. So this is super smooth. Out here in West Pokot, the project like Project Trinity Pod, which we are using the satellite Starlink internet connection. It has really upped the game here. I'd say it has leveled the field for us. It's closing a much bigger gap. Thank you.
That's an interesting facts and statistics about the evolution of the networks in Kenya. And so to pick it up from there, Milka, how have these networks leaps shaped your web development and Kenya's tech landscape from your perspective?
Okay, bro, that's a fair question. Let me tell you how these network leaps have completely transformed how I see Kenyan tech landscape. When I first go into tech, I was blown away by what was already possible here. Like, I'm watching my friends abroad struggling with basic mobile payments, while here in Kenya, my grandmother is sending money through M-Pesa. Like, it's nothing. But here is what really gets me excited. The way this network have democratized everything. You don't need to be in a Silicon Valley to build world class solution anymore. A developer in West Pokot has the same access to cloud services, the APIs, the global markets as someone in San Francisco. That's insane. The mobile first reality here is crazy. While other countries are still figuring out responsive design, Kenya just assumes everyone on mobile. We have leapfrogged the entire generation of technology and brought the speed of adoption here when COVID hit and everything went digital. Kenyan adapted faster than most developed countries. Suddenly, even the mamambogas knows how to use WhatsApp for business. Even teacher in doing virtual classes, every event is live streamed. What really blows my mind is how these networks have created opportunities that didn't exist before. Content creators are making real money. Developers are building for global audience, and entrepreneurs are solving local problems with global scale solutions. The landscape isn't just growing; it's exploding, and we are just getting started with the 5G satellite internet and all the possibilities that come with that. Kenya isn't catching up anymore. We are leading in many areas. And bro, I'm really in a good generation. I didn't struggle with the 2G loading network. Okay, we we enjoyed the live streaming, the video, the clarity great with the generation and grew up in. Yes.
Yes, sure. I can see both of you interacted with these networks, but I don't think you were born when first generation came and the second generation. So you're the third generation. So and that was a wild ride through Kenya's digital glow up, from 1G's retro buzz to Starlink's cosmic vibes. Networks are Kenya's pulse. Now, let's see how they have flipped industries like finance and farming. And don't forget to drop your thoughts on Facebook and YouTube to our listeners. Tuko pamoja. So Milka, network have revolutionized Kenya's industries. Which sectors, may it be finance, agriculture, or even media, have been transformed, and what's a moment that showed their power?
Okay, bro, the media sector got completely flipped on its head. Like, remember when you wait for prime times news to know what's happening? Now everyone with a smartphone is a breaking news. The moment that showed me this power is during the Gen Z protest. I'm getting real updates from people on the ground through Twitter, Instagram, Live, TikTok, faster and more accurate than the mainstream media. The network turned every Kenyan into a journalist. And also the also in agriculture, farmers in remote areas are getting weather updates, market prices, farming tips through their phones. My uncle in West Pokot knows commodity price in Nairobi before some traders do. But the craziest transformation is on education. During COVID, overnight, teachers become YouTubers, parents become IT support, and kids in village were attending classes with students from Nairobi. The network helped up because they had to. Yes.
I'm sorry about that. That impact is really felt here. So Hezron, which Kenyan industry has network rocked most for you, and what's standout moment for you?
I'd say I'd say freelancing and remote work. The networks gave us the ability to have access to markets. Sorry, to markets in different wide markets globally. So you'd find web developers, digital marketers. They they networks really help them to get access to different jobs and they're well-paying jobs in other countries. For me, so the networks have really rocked the freelancing, especially in, let's say, West Pokot, where it's a rural place. With the Project Trinity pods, we are using the Starlinks to connect the youth to our global gigs. That is in website development, digital marketing, you name it. And with the improvement of the network, it's easier for uh, clients to communicate with people who have skills.
Yes, I can see that networks have really shaped the way the industries and in Kenya have evolved. So even me, I can remember we used to have maybe slow connection. You cannot stream videos like we are doing now. You'll have to. I don't know if even if it could be possible, but now it's possible because of this high speed network connectivity, and I think it will change in the future. So to the both of you, which Kenyan industry do you think network will transform next?
Uh,
Telemedicine,
Telemedicine,
the
the
ability
ability, the ability for those people in the rural areas to communicate with the specialists, maybe in Nairobi, through the AI telemedicine. I think that the networks will transform that uh, largely.
Hapo sawa. Kenyan industries are lit from M-Pesa cash flow to digital farms, but not every single signals is crystal clear. Let's get real and about the challenges holding back Kenya's network coverage and their game. Share your take on our socials. What you think about your countries or country's network and how has it evolved? Okay, so Hezron, scaling networks in Kenya isn't easy. So what are the big challenges and what's moment that brought this home in your work?
Power, the unreliable security, electricity, sorry, unreliable.
Electricity in rural areas, it hinders the connectivity and scaling up network. And the other thing is the rural infrastructure. In only 40 about 40% of Kenyans have internet access, with rural areas like the most rural areas are lagging behind due to no fiber or no power. So that's another challenge. The other challenge is the cost. The cost for data and these devices are so pricey for most people in Kenya. And the Starlink, let's say it's about $50 a month. It's a bit steep for many people. Also, the other thing is the cybersecurity. The people have little or minimal knowledge about the how to be secure when you are on the internet. So the cases of fraud, the cases of data breaches, the cases of phishing, it's very high. People are being scammed because they don't have the that knowledge.
Hezron, and have you encountered any challenges from what you are speaking about, and how did you navigate these struggles?
The challenges that I have encountered is getting access to devices and also having a stable internet connection and power supply. And it was really tough because I had the passion to learn more about IT, about website development, about cybersecurity. And by the way, the having the opportunity to join Project Trinity really helped me. And because here I could have internet access that is stable. I could get the all the tools, the learning materials, instructors. So it really helped me, and that's how I overcame those challenges. It's through the projects.
Yeah, that is real talk. And Milka, are your challenges similar to Hezron or different?
Yes, my challenges are similar to for that for Hezron. And being honest, Kenya has a serious digital divide. We talk like everyone all is online, but the reality is different. In cities like Nairobi, you have got people on 5G, but in other parts of the country, like where I am from, we are barely on 3G or 2G. Some areas, no signal at all. It's like living in two separate countries when it comes to internet access. And the gap is holding people back from opportunities they deserve. A moment that really hits me is I was trying to submit work, a time sensitive client file, and the network failed me. The upload hung, the deadline came, and I couldn't deliver. Felt like my location literally limited my opportunity. And here is truth. The reliability is real. You can have fiber speeds, but it cuts out everything evening during peak hours. You can't run serious business on it. Consistency beats speed, and access beats privilege. Organizations like Project Trinity are doing more than installing tech. They're igniting opportunity and inclusion in places like West Pokot that have been left behind. And I take this opportunity to thank the Project Trinity in West Pokot. I finally had a stable internet for the first time. I used it to learn cybersecurity and web development from plural side courses. Now I've built the actual website and started taking jobs. Just 1 year ago, I couldn't even download a full video tutorial. Now I'm building a career. That POD changed my life. Yeah.
Thank you for that insight. So, if I might ask you, both of you, what's one network challenge that you tackle to level up Kenya's network challenges? Anything?
Yeah, thank you. For me, I'd go all in on cybersecurity education and digital literacy. If we train rural users, let's say the youth, the farmers, the teachers, on let's say spotting the scams and phishing attempts, it will be like a bulletproof, because they will get more, and they will not encounter those, let's say, scam.
Okay, for me, I'll go on the web development because we can create e-commerce platforms and we sell the products from remote areas, the offline areas, and they will meet the global market customers, and they will even talk globally with their customers.
That was raw. It's called pricey tech, and shaky signals got us thinking like what? But Kenya's ready to soar with Project Trinity's hubs leading the charge. Let's dream big about the future of networks. Hit us up on our socials if you have any comment, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. So let's wrap up this conversation with the features of Kenya's networks. Milka, what's next for Kenya's networks? 5Gs, satellites, or anything beyond that? And what's the future opportunity you are excited about?
Okay, 5G is rolling out and content creators are about to come mental with possibilities. Imagine hosting Project Trinity in virtual reality where guests from Haiti, Kenya, and anywhere feel like they're in the same room. 4K streaming people standards, lag become extinct. But here is what has me excited. AI integration with content creation, real-time language translation during live shows, AI-powered editing that creates insights automatically, smart content distributions that knows exactly when and where to share your content for maximum impact. The opportunity I'm obsessed with, Kenya becoming the podcasting capital of Africa. We have the stories, the personalities, the network infrastructure with 5G and satellite internet. A kid in West Pokot can host a podcast that rivals one in production quality. Imagine this. Project Trinity becomes the launching pad for hundreds of Kenyan content creators who go globally. Netflix start buying Kenyan podcast stories. Internationally, brands sponsor Kenya creators, and our networks become the foundation of Africa content empire.
I'm I'm so pumped about the 5G and the satellites teaming up. That's that's that this means that this is fast internet everywhere, from the cities like Nairobi, Nakuru to West Pokot to Turkana, the most rural places. So picture the 5G powering smart farms and Starlink connecting our pods to global markets. This means that farmers will get more of their produce. They'll have a larger market, and this doesn't just apply to farms, or it goes to every industry, the uh, finance, medicine, farming, all education, all sectors, and even the security uh, personnel. So I think Kenya will. the 5G and the satellite internet will, which it will really help us to catch up with the, let's say, China or the United States and other countries that have uh, the better internet. But our focus will be, let's say, the rural areas in Kenya, because when you're in the cities in Kenya, the internet connection is much better. But in the rural areas, it's very low. And
And
I'm eyeing in building AI tools to secure these networks, like an app that spots threats on our pod, something like that. Yeah. And globally, Cisco is doing this some as in some way, but we can tailor it for Kenya's villages. Yeah.
That's truly powerful, Hezron. So, if I might ask you, what does it feel like developing maybe that AI powered app, or maybe a website using the 5G network or the satellite link? Because I know you have interacted with Starlink. I know you can tell our listeners how it has helped you develop your apps.
It has really, it has, thank you so much for that question. It has really helped me because at first I had that passion to learn Python programming and machine learning, those uh, the development in languages, and it was hard, but getting to
Yeah. I can see the future is bright. So Milka, what do you think about Hezron's perspective?
Yes, AI has created a good impact on us. We can also, using the AI with the 5G network, using the satellite, we can develop networks, we can develop apps, we can also develop websites, because using five the 5G network, you can learn on different platforms, and downloading or learning in a tutorial, it's faster. It will not take time loading or downloading it. Yeah.
Okay. I can see we have lost Hezron, but we'll keep the conversation going. I told you, we have a double header. We are finishing up our tech version so we can go to the weddings and marriages, ceremonies, and maybe how tech has shaped it throughout uh, throughout this time. Asante Hezron and Milka for your time of Tech Fire. Now let's swap circuits of our heartstrings and dive into Haitian and Pokot love stories. Drop a heart emoji in our socials and comment, and you can talk about what you think about this topic. Yes. So I'll invite Nicholas and Brigade on stage.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, all of the listeners, the viewers. I'm so happy to be there with you to have a great discussion. It's been, I can say, a while since I haven't been in the podcast, and now we're going to talk a lot about an interesting subject that we have. It is celebrating of marriage, like wedding celebration, and we're gonna talk a lot. Fille ou garçon, et son bel moment nous allons passer là, côté que dans resti temps sacré là, nous allons parler de mariage dans tant longtemps et dans tant jodi a comment célébration ça fait et comment et préparation pour faire matchmaking non pour moun yo croiser est-ce que ça a été possible est-ce que c'est même bagarre là dans le passé est-ce que c'est différent dans le présent et nous parlons comment technologie tout changer et domaine ça then it is gonna be great we'll see so many different points in that subject and good afternoon Brian and good afternoon Nicholas Schessenberg happy to be with you.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning and good afternoon. I'm also honored to be here, and I'm really grateful for Project Trinity team for having me on the podcast. So to our listeners who've been live, we are diving into also a powerful conversation with Mr. Bricard on culture and particularly marriages on Kenya and in Haiti. So stay tuned.
Yeah, for sure.
So Nicholas and Brigade, karibuni sana. Uh, that is saying asante sana in our Swahili language. Uh, so Nicholas, as a Pokot cultural enthusiast, walk us through Pokot marriage practices, maybe in Kenya's tradition, rituals, values, and how they define love. Maybe you can share a personal story that captures this.
Okay, thank you so much. I know marriage is a very important topic to talk about. So particularly here in Kenya, West Pokot, because marriage is not just an occasion, but is a very important ritual for the community. So, in simple terms, we can say the marriage has four steps. So, in the first step to maybe this marriage, maybe it involves the courtship and family negotiations, uh, where marriage begins as a family affair. So, among the Pokots, maybe the romantic relationship are not usually formed casually. It's a courtship that involves maybe the parents identifying potential partners for their kids
Uh-huh.
who are suitable in terms of maybe their values. So
Yeah,
it is the parents most of the time who get to choose for partners for their children.
they play a
So
big role.
yeah,
Yeah,
they play a big role. Maybe
yeah.
they identify that this family
Mm-hmm.
they have very good values that
Yeah.
the society accepts. So they tell you, my son, I think that family has the best
Mm-hmm.
suite for you.
Okay.
So, so
That's
most of the
great.
time, yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when the parents have identified maybe the best suit for their son or for their daughter,
Mm-hmm.
so now they get to as a young man, maybe after the puberty stage, so you get first of all to be initiated. That is the circumcision. Uh, most uh, most of all, it's the boys who are
Mm-hmm.
being circumcised. So that means that they are ready to be considered marriageable. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, after that now, and the family has identified uh, the bride or the bridegroom. So the family get to go and have the bride price or the dowry negotiation. You know.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
uh, and most of the time, the dowry is not a form of payment. It is
Mhm.
maybe it's appreciation. It is appreciating the
Uh-huh.
pride family, and it's also a sign of respect.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That maybe that is the first phase of the marriage.
It is similar to Haitian people. Like back in the days, they like district is happening like by our parents. They decided whom are you going to marry with, okay? Because
Mm-hmm.
they truly want you to make honor of our family. Like they want you to behave well just to find a best person to have in your life. Like when talking about matchmaking,
Mm-hmm.
in the past, it has been happen here in AD for the parents. Okay, the parents play the big role. Like I can say, the groom's family they go to the bride's family and then to plan things, and you don't really know anything. Okay, and it
Mm-hmm.
is totally different, and that is so strange also. Like tout va
Yes.
passer, il a fait planification sous non même ou pas qu'on est rien et puis pour qu'à marier avec un monde. But it is what it is, and
Yes.
we should accept this as it was. Okay, we couldn't say no. I don't want to. Okay, it isn't on your own. Like when this happened, and now we can say that it was important for the time, because if this family that you they are going to marry you, they know something like in their grandparents or
Yes.
grandfather, something like
Yeah.
they had stolen something or they had
Yeah.
done something wrong,
Yes.
they'll say no. Okay, you
Yeah.
will not be able to be or to get in that family. And now
Yeah.
we see
Yeah.
how they truly want to have honor and reputation for our family, and that is so good. And one of
Yeah.
the things that is so important, it is for the meeting. Like when they want to meet together, they have to visit. Okay, they need to walk, and we will see the difference nowadays with the technology. Now no more things happen like just to
Mm-hmm.
walk miles just to get the family members and other family members and to make a meeting and to plan things. Okay, something
Yes.
will change every single day. You see, every single
Mm-hmm.
day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with you, Brigad. Most something that they also looked at, maybe if there was a curse that had been presented to the ancestors or the forefathers, that means that the curse will be going down to the children. So they were trying to evade or to move out of families that maybe they had past curse, so they were strict on looking at most of the uh, factors that they considered before now maybe giving out a child.
Okay, qui ça moun yo pote même les welfare demande fiançage là? Like asking for the bride. What do they bring? Some people just like here in AD, they bring money, they bring cars, they bring goats, okay? And how about
Mhm.
like Kenya people when they are asking for the bride? Why do they bring? Do they bring coffee, money, or room? Let us know.
Okay, something, one thing that the Pokot community here in Kenya value so much is the cattle, the cows. So,
Okay.
one of
Yeah.
the pride that they use is the cows. And
Mm-hmm.
if there is no cows, they use maybe the goats. And
Like in
right
Buffalo comme ça,
now,
oui. Okay.
yeah,
Agree.
with the recent past,
Mm-hmm.
they've introduced the use of money. Although it's
Yes.
not a form of payment, it is just appreciating the
Uh,
pride's
okay.
family.
Yeah. Okay. I get it. Yeah.
Yes.
Truly get it. Yeah. And
Yeah.
that is so cool. And now here in AV they like when this thing happened now and talking about the celebration after all of the planning, they they had the celebration now like where everyone meets together, like, and we it is I can say community gathering, like everyone is there and they are preparing themselves to see what is going to happen because we blend I can say spiritual and cultural elements together in that ceremony, and we can see it is so great. But back in the days, it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
And here we find there are some uh, uh, I can say DJs, MCs at this period we find in the celebration, okay, and we also create some live, okay, live broadcasts via YouTube, uh, just to see what is happening, okay, like for like Asian people, if they are abroad, they can see what is happening here in Haiti in the celebrating, and they
Hmm.
can support that, and this is the power of tech that we've been talking this morning, how technology changes things, even in little every little things that we are doing. And in the past, hey, totally different, because we just need to prepare some ceremonial, so simple, just simple, and then we have the bride and the groom, even the cultural parts they hadn't had, okay, they hadn't had it, they just had the spiritual part, because here in AD we, I can say, Catholic weddings is very common. Okay, it is common here in Haiti, and
Yeah.
we just do it traditionally. And sometimes we have bands like rara bands that
Hmm.
can make the, I can say, the ambience. Okay, like everyone is enjoying this time. That is so good here in Haiti. Like façon nous fait et mariage yo, jan nou créer activité ambiance pour mon enjoy yo. Donc j'aime dire gon grand écart, okay, gon grand écart. Like even in Kenya, I think there is something that is happening during the wedding. Like how much time does a wedding celebration can last? Like 2 hours? Combien de temps ça prend? Il a fait cérémonie, un mariage. How much time exactly?
Yeah, Mr. Prigat, marriage now is a very big occasion that day,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and our followers or our listeners right now are now asking themselves,
Mm-hmm.
what do these Kenyans or what do these Haitians do on that day of the marriage ceremony?
Mm-hmm.
You can take us just a clue of what happens during that day of now the parents have agreed it's now the marriage ceremony day. What do you actually do during that day? Maybe just a clue.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like for example, now right here in Kenya,
Mm-hmm.
on the day of on the wedding day now, the bride is escorted. That is,
Okay.
the bride is escorted by her family and friends.
Mm-hmm. Relatives. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
walking or riding from home to
Uh-huh.
the groom's homestead.
Uh-huh.
That is accompanied by maybe now the livestock and
Okay.
yeah. For example, now upon arrival, the groom's family holds a symbolic receiving ceremony. That is
Okay.
after now,
Okay.
yeah, after they have brought their daughter to
Uh-huh.
the man's family. uh,
Okay.
they are being welcomed by the bridegroom's family. Yeah, that's the
Mm-hmm.
elders come together
Uh-huh.
and spread some blessings, or they sprinkle milk as a sign of blessing to symbolize
Oh,
unity,
okay.
and peace.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Perfect.
Then
And
they then get to have some communal meal that is together. They
mm-hmm.
eat together, signifying that the
Yeah.
both families now are now connected.
It is home cooked meals.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, perfect. And here in Haiti, like I remember when talking about my parents' wedding celebration, they use horses. Like they take horses just to ride them to the church, and then after that, they after the wedding celebration gone, they just take the same horse, and it is so interesting. Like ride horses, and they are on the walls, and bringing them to the house. And I want to know if in Kenya also, like if people or the bride and the groom they use horses like monter cheval pour aller la caille ou bien aller dans mariage là. Is it the same thing also here in Kenya?
No,
Horses?
it is kind of different,
Okay.
because yeah, because
They
during
just walk.
the no, they we don't have horses here in Kenya.
Ah, okay.
We don't have, so most of the time before now, the uh, modern means of transport, the people got to walk through the uh, with their legs, or by use of maybe camels which were
Okay.
available. Yes,
Okay, okay, yeah,
camels.
yeah, perfect. That's cool. That's cool, and then interesting. And I imagine this vibe, okay, when bringing them to the house. And here in AD, we have a special day. Like when talking about this day, you see wedding. Okay, Saturday. Every
Mm.
Saturday, weddings happen here in AD. Hey, Saturday in the morning, and there's a specific time in the here also that we have reading like at the end of the year, okay, December, okay, and you see there are so many people they are getting married, and they are in a wash just to get married. And you were talking about an interesting point also. It is the reception. Like everyone needs that. Everyone they truly I can say pumped to see how this reception are going to happen. Like here in AD, we have a way that we do it too. Like na deuxième partie cérémonie, réception pour bailler manger pour nous venir. And back in the days, we use home cooked meals like black mushroom rice. Okay, like back in the days, they use fried pork and even plantains also they were served, and music, dancing, okay, like a great feast. As you can imagine, it is a great feast, and
Mhm.
everyone enjoying this time. And we have a meal table that the godfather, godmother, they have their own speech. Okay, they have their speech and they have their blessings for the couple also, and which is great because we know the spiritual part is so important for that. And after the blessing, and they keep drinking wine, okay, like
Mhm.
they
Yeah, yeah.
keep drinking
Yeah,
plantains, and you can
yeah.
imagine how sweet these things are, and that's cool.
Yeah, sure. I think right there we have a lot of similarities, because during the day, the wedding day, the community get to sing some traditional Pokot wedding songs. Yeah,
Uh-huh,
and it's often accompanied by dancing
uh-huh,
and drumming. Yeah, and these songs, they share a lot of wisdom. Yeah, they teach the couple playfully, or sometimes honor the ancestors, to bring blessings to the families. And after that, now they get to enjoy a traditional food like millet porridge, roasted
uh-huh,
goat,
uh-huh.
and fermented milk.
Yes,
They get
yeah,
to enjoy.
uh-huh, yeah.
Yeah, and I see there is one of our follower, our listener, who is asking a very special question here. Yeah, they are
What's the
asking.
question?
I know, maybe it does not happen there in Haiti, but
Mhm.
here in Kenya, it really happens, where there is a ceremony called parpara. Parpara.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Uh, yeah, where it is done to the new bride,
Mhm.
before they get to have their firstborn
Mhm.
child.
Okay.
When they are about to get their firstborn child, the elders, who are special people, they are special people in the society. They come together, they
Mhm.
perform a ritual to this matter
Okay.
is
Okay.
to get to uh, welcome the matter to the news to the new home,
Uh-huh.
and if maybe the child whom the matter is carrying is not for the guy or the person, the man,
Oh, okay.
there will be a lot of complications.
Okay, okay, okay. I got it.
Yeah, there will be a lot of
That's terrible.
complications.
Okay.
Yeah, and the woman will get to tell the elders whom, if there is any other guy who impregnated her, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
it is a very special occasion that yeah, the elders get to come together and give blessings to their mother. If now if the person or if the woman is the only pair of the man's child, everything will go on well.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I
Yes.
got it. Yeah, I got it. And nowadays
Yeah.
we see that change. There is a change in how we we celebrate the weddings, and because we need to have so many plans, but it doesn't take too much time as it was, and which is great and which is good for us to save time and to have things to do. Like as I said before, planning was done through in-person meetings or phone calls, and this is
Hmm.
before technology. Okay, and we need
Hmm.
to talk, to see or to invite people with a paper. So avons lettre invitation pour moun nan, tout ça vont inviter le mariage ou. And now we use something different. Okay, now we even have like for the matchmaking time some apps. Okay, even Tinder, which is a app that
Yes.
can
Hmm.
help people meet together and then to see if they
Hmm.
are matching. Okay, even some
Yes.
show we find that they create a way to see if we are matching and to have a wedding or a long life term. And now things are getting involved. This is thanks to technology that we have, and then we can see how powerful it is. And personally, I don't know if Mr. Nicholas has been married yet, but me personally haven't been married yet. I'm talking because I know something about my family, the way they had done it, and I remember a person asked me a question: what did my father brings to my mother when he was about to woo her?
Hmm.
But fortunately, I can say, unfortunately, I don't really remember what he has brought to get her. But it was like a traditional way, talking to the person and to see if we are matching, and then we meet the parents, okay, and then to plan something, to plan all every stuff that we are going to do, and then to get it done. Like but talking about the way the wedding celebration happened, I was there. I was there. I even how can I say that? Walk in the entrance or in the cultural elements. I was in the cultural elements and to get the entrance better, and it was a great time. Horses, but at that time I was afraid of horses. I didn't want to go by horse. Okay, I preferred walking. I say, oh no, I'm afraid of horse, but it was so good, so fun, and it's a great moment. And yeah, for sure, I can say wedding celebration. I don't even want to talk about the honeymoon abroad because we know this stuff, and yeah, here in Haiti, there are so many way things have been doing, and or have been done, and we understand that. And some, I can say, some clergymen or some leaders, they truly want to make sure that, hey, everything is doing all right and under the God's law.
Yeah, yeah. Mr. Precard, there is a lot to talk on marriages.
Yeah, for sure.
From the celebration, from after marriage. There is a lot of things to talk about. But right now, um, I want us to maybe talk a little bit on how technology has shaped our marriages here in Kenya and Haiti. Just
Mm-hmm.
a bit, that maybe next time we'll come and continue from this amazing topic.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, yeah, going forward. Just a
Perfect.
little bit.
Yeah, for sure. And
Yes,
next
yes.
time we'll talk
Just,
about it.
just give us a glimpse.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the Pokot marriages, we really use the traditional ways uh, of doing our own things on maybe marriages. But right now, there is some things that maybe after marriages, how technology has reshaped it. For example, communication and connection. Before, families relied on word of mouth and maybe long journeys for marriage negotiation. But right now, with this technology, mobile phones and WhatsApp, they allow faster communication between families, maybe elders, and even potential couples. Long distance relationships are now possible. You can even, among young Pokots who have moved out to the towns and cities,
Mm-hmm.
they get to connect,
Yeah.
using this technology.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Great.
So that was a very interesting topic. So I see time is not on our side. So
Yeah.
regard next time we'll continue this conversation. And asanteni sana, merci, and thank you all to our spectacular guests, Hezron, Milka, Nicholas, and Brigade, for this 60-minute journey. Your
Yeah.
stories have wired our hearts across Kenya and Haiti and the world. Listeners, how are tech or tradition shaping your world? Share on our platform and don't forget to subscribe, like, and follow us. And don't forget to use the hashtag Project Trinity Podcast and join us every Wednesday. A massive asante sana. Signing off with love, I am Brian Lolima. Keep breaking boundaries and loving boldly.
Goodbye, everyone.